What up, guys? This is DD Got a Point, and I am DD. And whether you're in Syria, Siberia, Serbia, Sirius FXM, if you want to be the MVP, VIP, ATV, hit that SUB. Please subscribe.
Alrighty, what's up, everybody? I wanted to hop on this channel real fast, and I've been working on my other 3 channels, so I wanted to show y'all some love over here and give my opinions on what's going on with the Timberwolves and the Thunder series, because a lot of people is confused after Game 3 how great Anthony Edwards played and the drastic shift in Game 4. Because going into halftime, Anthony Edwards only attempted like 6 shots. And if you look at a couple of those shots, those 6 shots that he attempted, he was almost forced to shoot the ball. And I think there's something that's going on with this series or against this Thunder team that a lot of people are either willingly or unwillingly not able to see right now because of 2 main reasons. One of those reasons is because of the MVP narrative. It's been very difficult for a lot of people to respect Shai and to fully see how great of a player he is, because they genuinely believe that Jokic has had the better season and Shai had the better team. I'm one of those people that believe that, right? I believe Jokic had a better season than Shai, and it's not even close. I really believe that. And Shai actually had an historic season for a guard. Jokic had one of the best seasons of any player of any position of all time. But on top of that, the other reason is because of Shai's foul baiting or free throw merchant narrative, which it isn't just a narrative. If you watch the game, you quickly realize that, okay, Shai has the tendency to do these things for long stretches of the game, and it's not only boring, and it's not only manipulating the game, but it takes away from your greatness, because it's other parts of the game where he just clearly beats you with just his pure skill and talent. There's no denying it, right? But I think when he does that, it just takes away from his greatness. So I think those are the 2 reasons why people are not able to see what it is I'm about to explain that I believe, in my opinion, and y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all agree or not, will 100% explain why you're seeing this inconsistent play from Anthony Edwards, because he had what I'm going to call the nerve and audacity to say that he did not play bad or he didn't struggle and he made the right plays.
So much of you guys play up front to this point was big nights from you and Randall. And this, how did it kind of hit you for the fact that you guys both struggled at the same time tonight?
I don't look at it like I struggled or he struggled. They had a good game plan, making us get off the ball. Especially for me, man, it was super in the gaps. I made the right play all night, so I don't really look at it like I struggled. I didn't get enough shots to say I struggled, so that might be how you guys look at it. But yeah, I didn't struggle at all. I made the right play.
Which I partially agree with, and I definitely partially disagree. Anthony Edwards wasn't forcing it. He was trying to allow the game to come to him. This is the problem against this Thunder team, and the 2 reasons I gave y'all, a lot of people are not willing to see this. I'm going to say this now. This Thunder team is one of the greatest teams we've ever seen before. People are not fully, a lot of people already understand that, but it's going to hit you later. This isn't just the greatest Thunder team in the franchise's history, yes, including the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. They were not this. They were not this, y'all. It makes what the Denver Nuggets did that much more impressive, because we can all agree that the Denver Nuggets aren't as deep as the Timberwolves, but it's about matchups as well. Matchups matter. But the fact that they were, and listen, the series isn't over. The Wolves have a chance to push this to 7. I believe that they are going to put up a great fight. But my humble opinion and my humble prediction is the Thunder finna close them out. And they might get beat by 30. They might get beat, the Wolves might get beat by 30 if they're not careful. But I believe that they can put up a fight, and I believe Anthony Edwards got that dog in him. But people are not understanding how great this team is. Here's the thing, if the Timberwolves only had to play the Thunder 2 or 3 quarters a game, that would be better. It would be much more so in their favor. But that's not the case. You got to play them for all 4 quarters. And what you're seeing with Anthony Edwards, essentially what I'm getting at is, what you're seeing with Anthony Edwards is fatigue. Anthony Edwards is tired because you got Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, which, by the way, all those are very, very elite defenders. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't necessarily a scrub defensively. You want to search for him because he's their best player. You want to make him exert that energy. But not only that, they have players on their team, dude. This is why I say they're easily one of the greatest teams in NBA history, because I'm willing to predict they got at least 5 people on their team that are going to be all-stars or all-star caliber players. And by all-star caliber, I mean like Maybe they didn't get voted in, but everybody can agree that they had an all-star caliber season. I'm saying they got at least 5 people, which means they got at least 1 or 2 people coming off their bench that fit into that. Because Hartenstein isn't going to be an all-star, but they got at least 1 or 2 people off their bench easy that I believe have the potential to become all-stars. Y'all, listen to me. When you have 3 to 4 people who barely see any minutes come off your bench and put up a quick 8 points, hit 2-3 threes back in a row, it's different. Y'all, Anthony Edwards is a competitor, so he won't admit this. And he shouldn't admit it. He shouldn't admit this, at least not right now during the series. He's tired, bro, because he's seeing all these different matchups. He's seeing all these different hands in his face. And if you watch the game, a lot of times they're scared to put the ball on the floor. They're scared to put the ball on the floor, bro, because they might get the ball taken from them. That's a fact. Another thing I need y'all to understand is I know the Wolves lost last night, but the truth of the matter is they could have easily lost that game by 20 or 30 points. They could have been down by 20 at halftime if a couple of the role players didn't step up and make some very difficult shots. Because Ant was just watching. He was just out there. I'm like, what's going on with him? And I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh, I know what's going on with him. Ant is tired. He's tired. You know what I'm saying? He hit some big shots in the fourth quarter, but I'm like, bro, I don't mean no harm, but you should have been averaging about 8 points a quarter. You should have broke it down by quarter and just averaged about 8 points, but he wasn't doing that. And people are not understanding that it's because, yes, Shai has played great. Shai has easily been the best player in this series, but Shai has a really well put together team, y'all. I have them winning the chip. I've had them winning the chip a while. I was rooting for the Nuggets because Jokic is my favorite player. But after watching them in the playoffs, I'm like, this team is just too good. I want to make sure I say this in this video as well. What's his name? Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren, people praise him, like Doris Burke was praising him and stuff, and other people have said, like, if he's healthy, he have the potential to be, this, that, and the third. I don't know if people realize how great this guy can be. Chet Holmgren has the potential to be a top 5 player in the league, and Chet Holmgren has the potential to be what the best way to describe him is Anthony Davis. He can be a top 3 player in the league defensively and a top 3 player in the league offensively if he stays healthy. I personally, KD never really had to put on a lot of weight, so we've seen it before. But he's going to, in my opinion, I think Chet Holmgren is going to have to do what Giannis did. He's going to have to put on some weight. He don't have to necessarily put on as much muscle as Giannis did, but he's going to have to put on some weight so that he can, his body can be more sustainable. He can last a little bit long. He can be more endurable. He can trust his body. But I was watching moves last night from Chet Holmgren, and I was saying to myself, dude, they got three players on their team that can be future Hall of Famers. Jalen Williams, obviously Shai, and Chet Holmgren, bro. And all them boys young right now. Now, we know how business works in the NBA, and this team might not even be together much longer. I'll give them maybe a 2-year window. I don't know what people's contracts are looking like. I mean, they're so young, which makes what they're doing even that much more impressive. But I don't think people understand. If I'm a GM in the West, I'm quickly, as soon as Alex Caruso and a couple of them other players are available, I'm offering them contracts just to break up the team by itself. That reason alone, I'm breaking up the team. I'm trying to make them weaker. I'm trying to break that team down so that we can have a better shot at winning. But also, on the flip side, at the same time, you're also gaining that same player. When's the last time y'all seen this? Is, I think, the greatest defensive team I've ever seen in modern NBA history. Am I exaggerating here, y'all? Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is the greatest modern defender that I've seen. Some people said Draymond. I put Kawhi Leonard above Draymond. I think Draymond had just been doing it longer, so that's fair. You have an argument there. But at Draymond's peak and at Kawhi Leonard's peak, I'm taking Kawhi Leonard. That dude was a machine. But yeah, that's what I think is going on here, y'all. Anthony Edwards won't admit it, but it's a lot. I bet you a couple of them are saying, man, I wish the quarter ended. I wish the game ended in the third quarter. We can win the game. But nah, y'all gotta keep going, because when y'all giving them the best that y'all got, bro, they still got 3-4 healthy people on their bench. That could be starters on other teams. They're just young. They hadn't made a name for themselves yet. Watch what I tell y'all, man. 6-7 of those players that's on this current Thunder's roster are gonna have really good names for themselves in the next 5 to 6 years. Watch what I tell you. I'm predicting it right now. Anthony Edwards is fatigued, man. Fatigued, because he's having to do a lot. He don't necessarily have that second option. Mike Conley, no disrespect to Mike Conley, I've never been a huge Mike Conley fan. In fact, him and Julius Randle is a second option. Let's be clear. He's played incredible in these playoffs. My bad, y'all. But from a guard perspective, he don't really got that other person. Julius Randle and Mike Conley happen to be on the same team because there are 2 players in NBA history who make my short list. And it's like 10 players, a little bit less than 10 players. Now, if NBA players, I watch and I say, how did you make it to the NBA? How? Like people that have made names for themselves that I have on this list, not just any player. Mike Conley, he cool. He cool. I'm not saying he's a scrub. I don't care for his game. I think he makes a lot of plays that don't speak to the fact that he's a veteran. It confuses me. I'm like, you've been in the league, what, more than 10 years, dude, and you out here making decisions and making mistakes like similar to what Russell Westbrook does at times. It's like, how's your decision making looking like you the first or second year in the league, bro? You know, I'm just not the biggest fan of Mike Conley. He misses a lot of big shots. He makes some too at times, but he misses a lot of bad shots. And then Julius Randle has played incredible. I actually have no criticism of him through the playoffs up into this series. He's just playing against a team that's built to stop him. That's what it is, y'all. So it's really going to fall on Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards has to average 35, 40 points for them to win, bro. For him to come into the interview, I like that he's poised and he doesn't seem like shaken by saying, yeah, I feel good. I'm like, bro, y'all down 3-1. There's very few teams in NBA history that's come back from that. And you just so happen to be playing against one of the greatest teams of all time. To just sit in that interview so nonchalantly, if I'm a Wolves fan, I actually kind of feel disrespected by that. I'm not going to lie. Because we expected more from you, bro. You supposed to be having 35, somewhere in that 30 and 40 point range. 7, 8 assists, straight up. So that's what I think is going on. My prediction is that this series is over. Thunder is going to win one of the next 2, but I don't see this going 2 more. No, you can win 2 games at home, and Anthony, for whatever reason, decided not to shoot the ball a whole lot through most of the game. I don't like the way this is going. Y'all in the comment section, let me know what y'all think, though. I'd love to know. Until next time, hit that like button for me. Peace.
Oh yeah, Didi got a point.